One of TV's most beloved sitcom moms is back where she belongs on the hit show The Middle.
Changed it.
I know. And this time, Patricia Heaton, I'm so excited. Patricia Heaton is taking center stage. Take a look.
Oddly enough, whoever defaced the poster put more work into it than Brick did. Hey, Pigtails. This your handiwork?
No, but it is pretty funny.
You think it's funny, huh? I don't think it's funny. You know why? Because Brick's not a nerd. Doesn't make sense. Not a good joke. Unless it's ironic. Is that why you're laughing? Because of the extreme not nerdiness of my son?
Are you a teacher?
Oh, yeah. You wish I was a teacher. Your school laws don't apply to me. Megan.
From the hit show The Middles, please welcome back Patricia Heaton. Hi, Patricia. Happy New Year, girl.
Thank you. I gotta say, your story about the father and son being separated on the plane.
Yeah.
I would have given my right arm if someone would separate me from my kids when I was traveling. Please, somebody take these kids. You got four more. When they were little, you're walking up. You know, if you've traveled with kids, you're walking up and down the aisle, trying to keep them from grabbing people's stuff off their trays, and they're crying, and you want to sleep. And the airlines should do a service where they take your kids from you. They put all the kids to the back of the plane, and the parents all get to sit up like a daycare in the back.
Maybe they could switch places with the dogs.
Travel with a how old are your kids now?
Now 10, 12, 14, 16.
But did you ever travel with somebody sitting with a baby next to you? And yet you can't get mad because they're with a baby, and you really
even
want to
when you have your own kids, you know, you think, okay, now I'll never get mad at people on planes with kids. And yet, even now when I get on and I see people with kids, I wish. You know what? They should travel on separate planes, actually.
Let's work on that legislation.
That was part of this new sitcom. Because you got 3 kids.
Yes.
And in the middle, you play a mom who's a used car salesman. You got these peculiar kids.
Used car saleswoman.
A used car saleswoman, excuse me. Now, and this is the first, congratulations on the show. You are so funny on the show. But this is the first show where you are the central character. How nerve-wracking is that, Patricia?
Well, you know, be careful what you wish for. I used to, on Raymond, there would be weeks when, you know, I was light in the show and I would relax, and now it's like, oh, I'm number 1 on the call sheet, which means I have to be there all day long for 16 hours.
And lots of lines. Every scene.
I know. You know, it's funny when you're first starting out in acting and you're counting your lines. Oh, I've got 10 lines today, and the next day I've got 12 lines. And here I come in, I was like, oh my God, I have 8 lines. Somebody please.
Why did you cry during the wardrobe check?
Did you just see that clip?
Yes, is that
you
right?
see the bangs and what I wear? And they had me in a pair of chinos on last week's episode that I just... You know, I never thought I'd be on a show where I'd look at the pants, go, oh my gosh, that is so awful, and feel like it was so right for the character. I look at stuff when they bring it to wardrobe and I say, that's too pretty. Take it away. Get me something worse.
You said too, and I couldn't agree with you more, that the show really gets it when it comes to motherhood. Like, really gets it, and honestly, it's so on point.
Well, and when I grew up, I mean, breakfast at our house was Tang and Pop-Tarts. It's not like we didn't have orange juice in Ohio, but my mother bought Tang. I guess because the astronauts drank it.
Yes. That's exactly
I'm really dating myself now. But, you know, so, and when kids are young and you're working and everybody's working, you do the fast food. I mean, Frankie, my character, does fast food much more than I ever did. So I have to say it's a little different from me. But there's so many moments. There was a moment on the show where my son asks me if he can get a car, and I say, wrong family. You're in the wrong family. And the other day, just last week for New Year's, my son, my 16-year-old, was going to a party, and he texted me and he said, and it was at a girl's house, and he said, can I just sleep over here because it's going to be late, and all my other friends' moms said they could sleep over. And I texted him back and I just said, wrong family.
There's something else I just want to mention in passing. It's called The Middle because it's also about the middle class and a lot of the struggles that people are having financially.
Yes.
This is a sitcom that's very much in the note. Yes. They don't have the money. They don't have the dryer. Yes. They are suffering, and I'm sure that you've heard from a lot of people.
Yes, it's very difficult. I mean, my brother works for a newspaper, and every quarter he's waiting to see who else is going to be downsized. I think that, but what the great thing about the show is it brings a sense of humor. It takes those situations that are difficult and brings some humor and saying, you know, the family's important. You've got your family, and you can get through this.
Like Raymond was like that.
Raymond is very much.
I have to tell you, the teenage daughter, because I have a daughter, the teenage daughter thing was perfect right on when I love the girl. I love the kids.
Yes,
I love all the
kids
kids.
are great.
Your husband's good too.
And not only are they great actors, but they're nice people to work with. And to have a group of people that's as nice as they were on Raymond and a crew.
Well, Patricia, we are so glad to see you back on TV, girl. It has been too long. The Middle airs Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on ABC. We're going to be right back with the author of